Parasites are in your brain. What happens when your thoughts are no longer your own? This is how you break.
Your brain is supposed to be untouchable, protected by bone and blood barriers. But some invaders don't need to break in. They just move in. Your brain is the most protected organ in your body, encased in bone, wrapped in membranes, guarded by the blood-brain barrier. But these defenses aren't impenetrable. And right now, something is finding its way in. It might be Toxoplasma gondii, carried in undercooked meat or cat feces. Perhaps Naegleria fowleri, the brain-eating amoeba lurking in warm fresh water. Maybe Taenia solium, whose larvae can migrate from your intestines to your brain. Or even Acanthamoeba, which can enter through your eyes or broken skin. The invasion begins silently. No alarms sound as the parasite breaches your defenses. No pain signals the moment it reaches your brain. The organism is too small, too patient, too evolved for such crude announcements. The first symptoms are so ordinary, you dismiss them. A headache that comes and goes. Fatigue that a good night's sleep doesn't fix. Irritability you blame on stress. These aren't the dramatic signs you'd expect from a brain invader. They're the subtle whispers of neural disruption, neurotransmitters slightly imbalanced, inflammation beginning in microscopic regions. 2 weeks in, the changes become harder to ignore. Your sleep patterns shift, dreams become unusually vivid, sometimes disturbing. You find yourself waking at odd hours, mind racing with thoughts that don't quite feel like your own. This isn't coincidence. The parasite is establishing itself near your hypothalamus, disrupting your circadian rhythms. The headaches intensify, not the sharp, sudden pain of a migraine, but a persistent pressure that seems to move around your skull. This is your brain's immune response, fighting an enemy it wasn't designed to combat. Microglia, your brain's immune cells, surround the invader, causing inflammation that presses against nerve endings. A month passes. Cognitive changes emerge. You read the same paragraph 3 times and still can't remember what it said. You forget appointments. Names escape you mid-conversation. Your brain, the organ that defines you, is under attack, and the siege is affecting its most basic functions. Most disturbing are the behavioral changes. Science has documented how Toxoplasma can make rats attracted to cat urine, a suicidal behavior that helps the parasite complete its life cycle in the cat's intestines. In humans, the effects are subtler but no less real. Studies show links between Toxoplasma infection and risk-taking behavior, slower reaction times, even higher rates of traffic accidents. You find yourself drawn to smells you once found repulsive. Your risk assessment changes. Dangerous activities seem less threatening. These aren't random personality shifts. They're calculated manipulations by an organism that has evolved specifically to alter host behavior for its own benefit. As the parasite multiplies, physical symptoms intensify. Your balance falters. Fine motor control diminishes. Buttoning a shirt becomes a complex task. Your handwriting changes, becoming less controlled. These are signs that the infection has spread to your cerebellum, the region responsible for coordination and precision movement. Vision changes follow. Floaters appear in your field of view. Bright lights cause disproportionate pain. Sometimes your peripheral vision seems to shimmer or distort. The parasite is now affecting your occipital lobe, or the optic nerve itself. By month 3, the cognitive decline accelerates. Conversations become labyrinths you can't navigate. You lose your train of thought mid-sentence. Words you've known your entire life vanish from your vocabulary. Your personality, the complex interplay of memories, preferences, and behaviors that make you who you are, begins to fragment. Seizures may begin, electrical storms in your brain as neurons fire chaotically around the areas of infection. These might be subtle at first, moments of absence, brief muscle twitches, strange sensory experiences, but they can progress to full convulsions as the parasite's territory expands. The most profound horror is the loss of self-awareness. There comes a point when you no longer recognize the changes happening to you. The parasite has affected your frontal lobe, the region responsible for self-monitoring and insight. You become a passenger in your own decline, unable to recognize how far you've fallen. In severe cases, hallucinations emerge. These aren't the fantastical visions of psychedelic drugs. They're fragmented perceptions. A voice calling your name when no one's there. The feeling of insects crawling under your skin. Glimpses of movement in empty rooms. Your brain, damaged and inflamed, can no longer distinguish between internal and external stimuli. As the infection progresses, your body temperature rises. The hypothalamus, your brain's thermostat, malfunctions. You alternate between chills and fever. Sleep becomes nearly impossible. Dehydration sets in as your sense of thirst diminishes. Your body, like your mind, begins to fail. In the final stages, basic functions deteriorate. Swallowing becomes difficult. Breathing may become irregular. Your heart rate fluctuates without cause. These are signs that the infection has reached your brainstem, the primitive part of your brain that controls essential life functions. What makes brain parasites uniquely terrifying is not just their physical effects, but their violation of autonomy. The parasite doesn't just consume your tissue. It can reprogram your behavior, alter your preferences, redirect your instincts. The boundary between you and it blurs. Which thoughts are yours? Which desires? Which fears? The human brain evolved over millions of years to be the most complex structure in the known universe. It contains approximately 86 billion neurons, forming trillions of connections. It is the physical basis of everything you are. Your memories, your personality, your consciousness itself. And a microscopic organism can bring it all down. The most chilling aspect: many people carrying brain parasites never know it. Toxoplasma gondii alone infects an estimated 30 to 50% of the global population. Most infections remain asymptomatic, the parasite forming cysts that wait quietly in brain tissue. But even these asymptomatic infections aren't truly benign. Studies suggest they correlate with subtle behavioral changes, slightly increased risk of mental illness, minor cognitive deficits. You might be hosting such a passenger right now. That unexplained mood swing, that risk you took that seemed out of character, that strange new preference. Perhaps it wasn't you at all. Perhaps something else is pulling the strings of your consciousness. So subtly, you never notice the manipulation. This is how you break. Not all at once, but neuron by neuron, thought by thought, piece by piece of self, until the boundary between parasite and host, between invader and invaded, no longer exists. Until you can no longer tell where the parasite ends and where you begin. Still feel like you're in control. Follow for more truths hiding beneath your skin.
Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to help me make more videos.